You're eating Greek yogurt because you've heard that it's a great source of protein, but is something labeled Greek-style yogurt the same thing as Greek yogurt? In this video, I'll explain the difference between Greek and Greek-style yogurt, go through what actually affects your LDL cholesterol when it comes to yogurt, and then rank these 6 brands you'll find locally for your heart health. And just a quick note before we start, I'm not affiliated with any of these brands or the supermarkets that I may mention. Greek yogurt and Greek-style yogurt sound almost the same, but they are made in different ways and often have opposite profiles for protein and fat. Both Greek and Greek-style yogurt start the same way, by heating milk and then adding live bacteria cultures to ferment them into yogurt. But after that, the two products start to diverge. True Greek yogurt is strained by pressing out the watery whey, which concentrates the nutrients left behind. That's why properly strained Greek yogurts like Chobani and Faye contain around 8 to 9 grams of protein per 100 grams, while keeping their fat content at a moderate 4 to 5 grams. Greek-style yogurts try to mimic the thicker consistency of Greek yogurts through a different process. Instead of straining, many Greek-style yogurts like Brown's and Farmers Union get their thickness from added milk solids and cream. Since nothing gets concentrated and they rely on cream for richness, the fat content climbs to around 7 to 10 grams per 100 grams, while the protein stays down at around 4 to 5 grams. Most Greek and Greek-style yogurts are labeled clearly, so there's no real need to guess which one you're buying. But if you want to check, take a quick look at the nutrition label. A true Greek yogurt usually shows around 8 to 9 grams of protein per 100 grams against 4 to 5 grams of fat, while a Greek-style yogurt usually shows the opposite, with around 4 to 5 grams of protein against 7 to 10 grams of fat. So, do these differences actually affect your cholesterol and heart health? Before I get into that, help me hit the like, share and subscribe buttons and turn on the notifications. And if you want a deeper dive on whether Greek yogurt is bad for your cholesterol, check out this video here. Greek yogurt is a great source of protein, but that's not the main factor that will affect your cholesterol and heart health. I've previously covered 2 factors that actually do matter, so I'll just do a quick recap here. The first is saturated fat. Even though full-fat yogurt appears to be neutral for cholesterol compared to something like butter, we still need to keep an eye on it. In this study, a diet with full-fat fermented dairy like yogurt and cheese still resulted in LDL cholesterol that was 6.6 milligrams per deciliter, higher than a low-fat dairy diet. The second thing is added probiotics. Across 39 randomized controlled trials, fermented dairy with added probiotics lowered LDL cholesterol by 7.34 milligrams per deciliter compared with controls. That said, higher protein content is not pointless. In fact, protein is still one of the best reasons to eat Greek yogurt, in addition to nutrients such as calcium and vitamin B12. As we age, adequate protein intake helps us hold on to muscle, which maintains our metabolic health and insulin sensitivity. So, as a preview before I get to the actual ranking, the yogurt that's best for your heart health won't be just high in protein, it will also be the leaner one that carries additional probiotics. So, based on these factors, how will I rank these 6 brands? Before I do that, if you know someone who eats Greek yogurt but hasn't looked past the protein number, share this video with them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Let's rank these 6 Greek and Greek-style yogurts based on their protein, fat, cost, and beneficial probiotics. Again, just to clarify that I'm not affiliated with any of these brands or the supermarkets I mentioned, and I'll be comparing the standard plain product of all 6 brands which are available at fair price. First of all 6 brands have clean ingredient lists with no gums, starches, gelatin, or artificial thickeners. The Greek yogurts, Chobani and Faye use just milk, cream, and live cultures, while the Greek-style yogurts have additional milk solids. Since saturated fat is the single biggest factor for your LDL cholesterol and heart health, we'll rank on that first. From lowest to highest saturated fat, that will give us ME at number 1, followed by Chobani, Faye, Meiji, Brown's, and finally Farmers Union. ME at number 1 might surprise you since it's labeled as a Greek-style yogurt. But ME is an exception as it seems to have increased its protein content to 9 grams, while keeping saturated fat at 2.4 grams by fortifying with dairy solids instead of cream. As such, its numbers end up being similar to those of Greek yogurts. Next, let's layer in the protein by taking the amount of protein and dividing that by the amount of saturated fat. That gives us the amount of protein you will get for every gram of saturated fat that comes along with it. Based on this, the rankings did not move. That's because the Greek yogurts, which are Chobani and Faye, are naturally among the most protein dense, while staying low in saturated fat due to the way they are made. And Emmy is the exception, as we have just mentioned. Now, let's bring in cost. We'll take the protein to saturated fat ratio and divide that by the price per 100 grams, using the regular prices found on the FairPrice online store. These numbers then give us an indication of which is the most low-fat protein per dollar. Based on these numbers, Chobani moves to the top while Emmy shifts to second place. Meiji moves up to number 3 because of how economical it is, while Faye slips to number 4 due to its higher price tag. And Browns and Farmers Union stay put in the same places. Before the final factor, this is the kind of label by label thinking I help my clients walk through in my private practice. If you've been trying to lower your cholesterol and you're not sure which everyday foods are helping or quietly working against you, click on the link in the description to book a free strategy session with me. The final factor is the added probiotic strains. Chobani, Emmy and Faye each carry 3 additional strains. Meiji and Browns carry 1, and Farmers Union has none. Based on this, Chobani and Emmy hold their top 2 spots, Faye moves past Meiji back up to number 3, and Browns and Farmers Union stay where they are again. And there you have it. Based on heart health, the final order for these Greek and Greek-style yogurts is Chobani, followed by Emmy, Faye, Meiji, Browns, and finally Farmers Union. But as a final note, it must be stressed that none of these are bad foods and it's always a case of compared to what. So where does your tub of Greek yogurt sit in this ranking? Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, check out these other videos for more practical food strategies to lower your cholesterol and reduce your risk of heart disease. See you in the next one.